y'all. You got to give a lot just to get what you need sometimes, y'all. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose, busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose, busting loose now. Busting loose in the evening, busting loose can be pleasing. Talking about busting loose, y'all. Busting loose in the meantime, busting loose make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose, y'all. Busting loose to my
It's just different.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny, things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times. And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Her own daddy keep touching her. Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Trying to get justice for George Floyd. And if Bill Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I seen.
It's like that.
Live your life, not mine.
It's like that.
If you know what I mean.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've seen.
Yeah.
Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
Life is a bitch and death is a motherfucker. You can't trust a mother, cause people be motherfuckers. They stab you in your back and they smile up in your face. They do whatever it takes to have another place. The population polluted and robbing and shooting. Their mental state be diluted. They owe them all that they booted. Now how you only 17 and you looking 35. It's a wonderful time in this life to be alive. You better get your together. Stop wasting your time, cause time waits for no one. No person, place, or no thing. Yeah, it go fast, motherfucker. It go fast.
You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I seen.
It's like that.
Live your life, not mine.
It's like that.
If you know what I mean.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. It's your host with the most, man. Focus Feel and Focus Radio. And we do this thing, man, each and every Thursday. Right here, man, on Beltway Radio and beyond. Calling number 301-761-1040. That's the calling number. If you want to call in, you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free. I have not loaded up everything yet on my Facebook Live or my IG or anything like that. So I'm just basically on BeltwayRadio.com if you want to see us live here in the studio. And what we got is a barn burner. We got a barn burner, man, because we got a studio full of actors today, man, that's in the building. And we're going to get all into it. They got a stage play that's inspirational, that's motivational, all that. And, you know, a house full of ladies. So, you know, whenever I'm the only guy, and it's a house full of ladies. It's a great house and a great show. You already know what it is, man. But in the building, the lady that actually, one of the producers
of the stage play, and also I'm sure one that has done some of the writing of the stage play, and I'm sure also has a story behind it. She's in the building, and she goes by the name of Debbie Marie Mixon, and she also has a show, and I had the pleasure of being there. Thank you. And it's Real Talk, the Real Talk radio show. Is
The
the
Real Talk Show.
Real Talk Show. So y'all already know what it is, man. What I do with my guests, I bring them in and they co-host with me the whole time because I like to bring people into the Phocuz world of things, and that's how we do it here, man, on Phocuz Radio. So those that can sit in with me at starting at 6 p.m. I was a little late because I'm not driving, so I had to do the train and I had to do a lift and all that. But anyway, I'm here, and thanks to B that always saying, man, don't even worry about it, man. I get you in and we get you right. So Beltway Radio and Beyond.com. Once again, don't forget about it. And I am Phocuz Phil on Facebook, and that's PHOCUZ, PHI, 2 L's. You already know what it is. But we're going to hop right into it. And what I like to do is always introduce the co-host, which I already did. But I'm going to let her give somewhat of her own introduction. So Debbie Marie Mixon, y'all. The floor is yours.
All right. Hello, everyone. As he mentioned, I am Debbie Marie Mixon. I am an author, playwright, and director for a gospel stage play, They Said I Wouldn't Make It. And the show will be this coming Saturday. Doors open at 4:30. And it was inspired by my own life story. When I was a teenager, I lost my dad, and it was very hurtful to me. So I really couldn't figure out life at that moment. So I kind of turned to the streets, and the streets raised me in not such a good way. But at some point, I had to turn it back around. And that's why we are wearing our shirts now that say They Said I Wouldn't Make It, because that's what a lot of people said back then. They said I wasn't going to make it, but I'm glad I'm here today.
Great stuff. That's real heavy. And letting the audience know that I think sometimes you have to go through something, right? Mm-hmm. And that's better for your story.
Yeah.
And it's more like, inspire to inspire and motivate. But just tell us, give us just one thing that maybe the young girls are doing these days that maybe they shouldn't be doing, that maybe you did, and you can tell them why they shouldn't do that particular thing, whatever it may be,
Well, one thing I can say, back then, because I lost my dad and I loved him so much, I was seeking love in all the wrong places. Mm-hmm. So I ended up being involved with someone who showed me the wrong way of life, but me thinking at the age of 17 that this was a good life. This is what life was about, going out every night, getting high, smoking drugs, and, so one thing led to another where I felt like this is how my life was going to be. So after a while, I had to really go through this whole process to understand who God was, So maybe around the age of 21, I had a drug overdose.
Wow, really?
And
well, that's something. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's a lot of that going on.
It is
now.
It is,
and women. I mean, our teenagers, young girls, and
absolutely. And the things, what's going on today, I thank God that I didn't fall prey to that back then, because even though I was out there in the world, I still had a mother that I can call and a mother who prayed for me. I had people who were there for me, even when they saw me in the state that I was in. I'm sitting right here with Betty Yasmin Williams. We were in church together, and she's the daughter of our late Pastor Williams. And when I would come to church looking some type of way, they never looked down on me. They were always helping me. Do you remember the time your mom gave me some shoes? No, you don't? I remember you telling me. So I came to church, and I had some busted up shoes on. And her mom said, just bring her up to the house. And gave me some pretty heels. They were heels too. They were suede gray. And I cherished those shoes. And it was something to make me go back. And it's not like I ended there. I went back out in the street with those shoes, and continued a life of destruction. And that's what I see now, that's what it was. It was a life of destruction. But praise be to God, he turned it around, and, I'm here.
Okay. A great outcome. And are these two ladies part of your team?
Yes. I
Okay.
have my administrator, Eugenia Ford. She's here with us today. And she's actually our guest that's coming from Georgia. Even though she was born and raised in Washington, D.C., she lives in Georgia.
Miss
Betty Yasmin Wynn,
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay.
And if you look up Sweet Honey in the Rock, she's a former singer of Sweet Honey in the Rock. Maybe she'll sing a little bit for us. I don't know. But that will encourage people to come out this Saturday. But yeah, so she is our guest of the production for this coming Saturday. My daughter is on the way. She is the main character. She actually plays my part. She plays.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Great. Why did you decide to do a play? I know most people, they do the book and then maybe the play and then maybe even try to shoot a documentary or a movie. So why a play? And I love plays. It's just something about just live and the effects right there in front of you, and these people are, it's definitely a huge difference from being behind a camera shooting a movie. Like you really live studio audience.
Yeah.
So why play?
Well, what happened was I was home one day, and at the time I had a couple of kids, and I wasn't working, and I was watching one of the stories, and I was like, wow. I said, now, I've been sitting here watching a story for like 2 hours, and I was really intrigued by what was going on. And I thought about my life, and I said, well, someone had to sit down and write a story. I said, but if I wrote a story, it would be based on my life. So I began to write, and I went to choir rehearsal. Back then, it was called the Gospel Chorus of Second New St. Paul. And I asked them, I said, guys, if I wrote a play, would you guys help me? And they was like, yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it. It was exciting for them. So I said, okay, well, let's do it. And we practiced and rehearsed, and that was over 20 years ago. And we did it, and I've been doing it ever since. Yeah, you was in it then.
Long time. Really been putting in the work and the support. I thank you, ladies. That is, I always like to bring those on my show that are breaking ground and really making a difference, and this could be the start of something really big for you all. So I'm glad to be a part of it, just bringing you in and interviewing you. So you say this Saturday, and they said I wouldn't make it, and where's the play at?
It's going to be at my church, Citadel Cathedral of Prayer International. My apostle is on now, and it's located 9106 East Hampton Drive in Capitol Heights, Maryland.
Okay. Great stuff. And then when your daughter gets here, she'll also give us more insight.
Yes, she will.
About the play. So we are in the building, y'all, 301-761-1040. And, of course, I like to report the stories that no one reports. But I got to report this, man. As we all know, it's been all over the news. The Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I want to say. It is this month. And we've just had so many cases, in the last 3 to 4 to even maybe 5 years of a lot of things that has come out with these celebrities. A lot of things that has been exposed in Hollywood. Just so many things as far as women not being treated the way that the queen should be treated by men. And as we know, music guru, mogul, billionaire Sean P. Diddy Combs, and of course we heard the rumors throughout the years, or at least I did. And I just want to get your ladies' opinion on what may be the downfall due to his destruction of himself, the disrespect of women, the black community, and what made me really bring it up was I always say Kamala. Am I saying it right?
Kamala.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, as we
Our
all
next
know.
Our next
Yeah,
president.
exactly, right? Is running for president, and I'm just getting a lot of mixed, feelings about it. But I'm voting for. I'm letting everybody. I don't care.
That's
I'm
it. Me
voting for.
too.
I don't do
Focus.
politics or
I'm
religion.
with her, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. But anyway, it was a fake picture that had surfaced with her, the talk show host Montel Williams, and Diddy.
Oh wow.
And it's crazy how they are just even mixing this up, with politics. It was a fake picture. They photoshopped. They put his face on Montel Williams' face, and then it's supposed to be some type of connection with her and Diddy.
Oh my.
I just look at it as anything, and I think I got it. I think I sent it to you, B. You may have it, but
I haven't seen that.
yeah, it's just. But I mean, to me, it's just derogatory, to try to assassinate someone's character when she's in her moment right now,
Right.
running for office, and try to associate her with that, And I just want to give my ladies, opinion about, the downfall of P. Diddy, the video that surfaced, and all of the allegations that he's facing and the lawsuits. How do you all?
So here's the fake.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I'll show you. So here's.
Yeah, come closer to the mic a little, or pull up. There you
Pull
go.
it to you.
There you go.
I think downgrading somebody's character when they in public has a lot to do with the play that we're doing actually.
Oh, okay.
Because when Debbie was going through what she was going through, I was there. And I watched her, and I watched what she had to go through with other people saying things about her as she was going through. Not only people outside of her church environment, but inside her church environment. So it's usually, or not usually, I don't want to say that, but it can be your closest, should I say, your environment or your people. Like, she's a politician, so it could be her closest people, or politicians who are saying these things, your closest people who are in your
Wow.
church, your closest people if you're a celebrity, your closest people that start, and that's what is more damaging. The calumny of it is a little different than. In terms of our president, what I experienced was, I hope you don't mind me saying this.
This is Focus Radio. We are getting the people focused. Speak your mind. It's
'Cause
focus.
I watch the pundits,
It's
and
focus. It's real. It's that's what this is. So the
I
floor is
see-
open.
I see more brothers putting her down
Mm.
than anybody. And I'm kind of surprised that the brothers, even if they don't like her, it's just the way they're doing it. And actually, they're showing themselves. They're directing it at her, but they're showing us who they are. So once they do that, then we kind of get a feel, wait a minute, do the brothers really love the sisters? Or
Right.
what's really happening here? Or is it like you can go but so far, but not that far? Like, here we go again, you getting ahead of us. So I don't know, it's some kind of envy there. I'm not sure what that is. I know it's post-traumatic slavery disorder, but I'm not sure what it really is exactly, because I haven't diagnosed it, but that's just like what I see. And so, I mean,
Yeah, I've heard that.
I have a lot of this feeling when I'm seeing Debbie going through what she went through for years. She put the play on for many years, whether people liked it or not, whether they supported her or not. Sometimes she would hire people to work in her play, and they would disappoint her at the last minute, same day, same week. And, I think it's going to get to the point where they're going to regret
Yeah.
disappointing her, saying that she wouldn't make it. And I think that's why they did this kind of disappointment. They're like, well, this is just like her life. We know her, But, got to consider sometimes people in their humble beginnings.
Mm.
You know, the Bible says, never despise your humble beginnings.
That's it.
So when you see people trying to pull up from their humble beginnings and not forgetting where they came from, which is what Kamala does, and she tells us about this, I'm still not understanding the backlash from your closest.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, but I just don't understand.
That's good.
Here's the pictures. So this is the fake one,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
and I can tell it's totally photoshopped.
Yeah, you can tell. And why would they even put that out there looking as fake as it looks? Like,
That's
you
it.
can tell this is BS.
And
You know,
here's
I mean,
the
come on.
legit one.
Wow.
Mm. Wow. Wow.
And how long ago? You know how long ago?
This was over about, because this was during the hype of his show. So roughly, I would say a good 20 years.
Wow.
So,
He's really young.
so as you can tell, kind of tell Montel, because I've seen Montel now, and
Yeah.
he's a bit thinner now.
Yeah.
So in seeing him like this, it's like, yeah. And I've seen bad photoshops, and that's bad Photoshop.
Bad one.
Yeah.
How important is it for you all to be a voice for the women that want to tell somebody, want to speak about it, but they won't until they say, well, my friend went through this, my aunt went through this, my cousin, my mother went through this, and I'm tired of holding it in. Because that's what happens a lot of times, because I used to have questions and I would never understand it, you know, because I didn't go through that. I'm not a woman. But I wanted to know, how important is it that we are bringing this awareness, you know, to our women these days, so someone else can come and speak up about their story or situation, because that's what happens. I think that's what happened with Diddy.
Yeah.
And it's been going on for 25, 30 years, you know. And so now you have those women that are brave enough,
To
you
speak
know,
out.
to speak out.
I think it's really important because a lot of time women go through behind closed doors and they are so afraid of embarrassment or, you know, and I'm not going to say so much of the person who's abusing them or coming up against them, but it's just everybody puts on this front, you know, even on Facebook. I look a lot of time on Facebook, and it's so many people putting up, it should be fake book.
Wow.
It
Wow.
should be fake book
I like that
because
one.
you actually know these people. You know them. And when you see them posting all these great things that are going on, and it's not real. It's just not real. So a lot of women, they don't want to bring these things out because, one, this man is providing for them. You know, he's giving them what they want, you know, and they're so used to living a certain type of way. But I feel like with this particular case, and don't charge this to my show, but I think Diddy, it got to the point where enough was enough.
Yeah.
Enough was, it was,
Yeah.
you know, enough. You've been getting away with this for so many years, and people have been shut mouth, you know. And then on the flip side, I say, you got to be careful of those that you hang around. You know?
That's in
that's,
your
that's
play.
one thing.
And
money,
that's
money,
it.
That's in your
definitely.
play.
It's all in the play,
All
you
these
know?
themes are in your play.
It is. It really is, because a lot of time, I'm a ride or die. I'm a ride or die. I just had a best friend that passed away last year, and we talked about a lot. We did a lot, you know. And when she went to rest, so did my mind, because I said there's no one else to tell. You know what I'm saying? Not that we did anything so bad or so great, but you have to really have those that will ride with you, ride or die with you. And I'm not saying lie for you, but at least have your back, you know. And I see now that this is out. It's no coming back for him. Anytime twice they denied him bond. They're like, no, you're a flight risk. And two, you might get out there and start offering, you know, money to people to change their stories or whatever. So, you know, I pray for him, but I can't say.
I pray for him to change his ride or die.
Yeah.
If God was his ride or die, he wouldn't be doing none of that. So that's what I'm praying for this brother to at least probably or hopefully get the opportunity to change before he gets really, 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 really harmed or hurt. This was enough harm. When I see how far Trump has gone and gotten away with things, and he's running for the president of the United States.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this brother, how far he's gone. There is a comparison. Some would say there's no comparison, but there is a comparison. These are the men. It's what's happening with the men in our society, especially when they become wealthy. Now, they watched him become a mogul and waited.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's always,
but that's the lynching.
Yeah.
They watched him become a mogul. He watched himself become one. I guess sometimes it's like that. What is it, that money greed thing? Or that greed of money? Or
they think.
The things that money can do or allows you, the freedom it allows you to feel when you don't have to worry about money. Can you imagine what you would be thinking about if you didn't have to worry about money?
Yeah.
Probably your mind would probably go a lot of different places than we do right now. Like, you know, I know some that don't, but I mean, they're into much more creative things than paying their bills every day, trying to provide for their families. But that's what we have to deal with on a daily basis. So, you know, just to not worry about money, and you have a lot of brothers who are becoming millionaires through hip-hop. A lot of times they had a life that they came from, that they made grand and made a lot of money off of it. But you talk to those brothers today after they make that money off of it, they don't want to go back to that life. They just want to make that money off that life. So now you got kids living, dying, bleeding, hiding off of their life that they came from, that they're making money off of. I hope they're donating it to some cause. I really do. But they don't want that life. No more. Once they start making money, they don't want that life. So if our kids, or we could just realize what they're doing is pushing a product. It's not supposed to be taken in as the way you live your life. But a lot of children are thrown into the thug life or the purpose of that, well, coming from the concept behind that music. Debbie did it in her play. She got out in the street. I read that play over today, and I was like, that could just touch me all over again. She got out in the street. She had some friends out there, or some so-called friends out there, and sometimes familiarity can breed contempt. She's out there in the street with these people that she knew, but they didn't know her, kind of, sort of. But she was a neighborhood girl, and they were like, oh, you go to church? Oh, you need some problem? You got some problem? Oh, I got something for you, girlfriend. Come on. So she kind of jived, like trusted him a little bit because she'd seen him all the time. So she said, well, I tried. Couldn't be that much harm. She didn't come back for a long time. Found herself sleeping on the street, taking in drugs, seeing somebody shot right in her face. You know, this trauma. A lot of trauma going on. And you can, if you live to write that's my phone, sorry. You live to write a play about it. Like Diddy lived to tell people about his life. And what he could have done with all of that to help somebody instead of moving into the realm of what did it say? What they say he moved into? Trafficking. But
Sex trafficking.
these are allegedly, right? This
It's
is not
alleged.
proven fact yet, right? But why is that attached to his name with all that power he had? Where was your power, or where were the people around you to influence your power in the Most High God? Who could you trust to bring you in the right way so you could
And
have
show
your
you something
mental,
different.
your emotional state straight? And, you know, just like where you were in the play. Who was there? You even said it. Where were y'all when I needed you? That she said it in the play.
Yeah.
Where were y'all when I needed you?
Yeah.
Where were you when I was in pain? But just because he got a whole lot of money don't mean he's not in pain.
That's true.
It means he
Absolutely.
probably can't trust nobody.
Absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes all you have is money. Which
Sometimes
is-
that's
may
all
not be
you
a good
got,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, do y'all remember Danny DeCane? The group that he started? So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was one person, I think Dawn. I think Dawn is still with him or was riding with him, you know. So I don't know. I would love to hear from her, you know, just what does she feel about what's going on right now?
Actually, there's only one other. There's one person I only want to hear from.
Who?
His former, how do you interpret, friend or confidant, Mr. Wentworth or Wentworth or whatever his name was. Bentley, yeah, Mr. Bentley.
Oh.
He's the only one, because he left, like, he was with him right in the peak of everything, and you had not heard from him in decades.
Wow.
I'm glad you say that because I was thinking this today. You know who I want to hear from? J-Lo.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
She'll go. Yeah, she won't.
Yeah, I
well,
was
she'll
getting ready
say
to say-
she'll say pretty much about that incident in the club and all that stuff. But anything after that, just like nah.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, I would love to see what she has to say. And,
yeah,
and
we had
because
so
of
many-
the age, you know, and I'm just, you know.
Yeah, we had so many, well, not we, but he had so many people with so many different stories. And like you say, when you had that type of money, power, influence, you're around so many type of people and the briberies and the this and the that, and then, you know, you're feeding people so they don't want to lose it at that moment.
Right.
But like you said, it's pain and they're hurting inside, and it's 20, 30 years later and still hurting them. And a lot of them keeping them Trump cards in that back pocket for a good time.
Yeah.
And they say, now is the time.
Now
So
is the time.
you already know what it is, man. We are here, man, on Phocuz Radio. And with so much going on in the world, man. And you know, we do a missing and murder segment right here each and every Thursday on Phocuz Radio. And I just want to speak on 41-year-old guy that lost his life on Marlboro Way in Capitol Heights at the tire shop a few days ago.
Yeah, I heard about
And
that.
yeah, they were saying it was an argument that started, and then some shots were fired, and this guy was killed. I don't know if he was the owner or he worked there. I think he was an employee of the tire shop. But then I was just reading some reports that it could have been a robbery. And I report these stories to let people know that it's right here, kind of in our backyard. You know, it's local. You only hear about it maybe once, maybe twice on the news, but this is why we do it right here on Phocuz Radio. And one of the guys that worked there, the employees, you know, said that he even wants to move after this has happened because he's seen so many things on that street. And I don't know if that other guy was the owner, but anyway, should be more security and surveillance in that particular area. So I don't know. He said that if somebody, you know, is approaching you and trying to rob you, you don't know what they may have on them, and you give them, you know, your money or give them whatever so you can live to see another day.
Yeah.
So in this case, I don't know, because at first I heard the guy was a customer. They got into a heated discussion. Not the customer, but the guy that was with the customer went and got the gun and then fired shots at this particular employee at this tire shop. So it's just, and excuse my French, shit that just happens every single day all around us that's not reported. And like I said, that's why I do the missing segment, because we just take it for granted. You know, we take life for granted, and we think that we are exempt
Yeah.
from everything. And we just going about our daily routine. We going about our daily day. And I tell people, if you make it home, you've made it. You better pray.
That's it.
Waking up, you already had the battles won, but then making it back home, you know, you won if you made it back home. And those are things that we take for granted. So just so many things happening this week in D.C., man, and in Maryland, period. And that guy lost his life, and the community is really hurt behind it and his employees. But it is a $50,000 reward, and we just talked about the money, right? So the money always makes them talk.
It always do.
And I keep telling these criminals, it's cameras everywhere. You cannot get away these days. Even with you wearing the mask and you wearing this and you wearing that, they got so much technology these days and different technology that they can actually figure out who you are.
That's true.
You know, so a lot of murders and crimes are being solved through the camera. People are not talking. They're sitting back, social media, your Instagram pages, your Facebook pages, you know, and this is what more so the younger generation, they are solving these crimes. So that's part of my murder segment. I hate to say it that way, but we got to say it that way.
That's true. That's what's
You know,
happening.
how do you guys feel about the violence that goes on every day? It's like every single day, and I hate to get immune to it, but somebody is losing their life due to gun violence, due to a stabbing. I said last week, but B said you can't love everybody. I said the world needs more love.
That's
What do you all take on this? You know, like you say, the stage play is used to inspire and motivate. And I'm sure it's going to be some young girls in there. If you got 1 million people in there and you change one life as far as a young girl that's in there, she go tell 10 other people and 10 other people and 10 other people, right? So that's what it's about, right? But what could we do with just people? I always say it's mental. Maybe people are just not thinking, you know, maybe COVID, we sat down for damn near 3 to 4 years and the world opened back up. So we was like wild animals.
That's
Some
what it
people
seemed
letting them
like.
out the cage.
Yes.
So what would you think? What would be your ladies' opinion? And even violence against women, domestic violence we're speaking on. You know, that guy, it still plays in my mind, that guy that killed his, I think he stabbed up his wife
His wife and the
and
lover,
his wife's
the wife's
sister
lover.
or something, and then he took the kids and ended up crashing on Branch Avenue. One of the kids died, and it's just crazy.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
other
a whole
guy,
nother story. Yeah,
right,
it's terrible.
that guy Bat that just killed his wife from the Indonesia community out there in Virginia.
They still looking for her body, right?
Yeah, but it was signs that he did it in a house, and they're still looking for the back. So, what would you guys do different? Whether it's within the community, the law, what would you do different to try to? I'm not going to say stop it, but what would I say? Not stop it, but I don't know, slow it down. What needs to be done?
Of
Said
course,
pray.
prayer. Yeah,
Pray.
Go ahead.
A lot of
Gina.
people. No, you're right though. You're right, Miss Ford. A lot of people. We got a lot of people that are not believers. So if you're not a believer, you don't have a conscience. You know, and when you don't have a conscience, that means you just don't care. We have a lot of lost souls. So I would agree. What would you say, Ms. Mixon?
I mean, I agree. I'm putting the camera on you, Gina. I agree. Prayer is the key to everything that we do. And what in my heart of hearts, you know, even after so much has been going on, especially with the young people, I've always wanted to have, and it's in my bio, I always wanted to have like an educational center for at-risk youth, those who are less privileged, to come to a place where they feel love, where they can sit down and talk to adults and really let them vent. One thing you say about in our era, we are listeners. So someone vent to us, and I just had this coming here. You know, my son called me, and I just didn't interrupt him. I let him get it out, what he needed to get out. But for our young people, this is what they need, because I don't know what they're getting at home, you know. And I told them, I say, if we can do a sort of educational center for them and some type of reward at the end of them graduating or whatever steps they had to do, let them work their craft. You know, some of them are gifted. These kids are out here, they're singers, they're musicians, they're authors, they're things that's bogged down inside of them, but they letting it out through anger. So if we can have some type of place where they can come and trust and it's not about flashing money to them, because money, and especially the love of money, that's sinful within itself. So I just think there be even community centers that's out here. I don't know who's running these centers and why these teens are not drawn to this place, but that's my heart desire, is to bring them in and show them a different way. Because guess what? I was out there.
That's a
Even though it
different
was
time.
I was going to say it was years ago, but I knew when I found someone to care, that's when my life
never
began to
changes.
change.
But even being on that side, my son was shot 4 times in 2019. I was that mother, at the school, at this, but it's they so into peer pressure and being pressured
Right.
to do those things. He had, everything that he needed. He was a smart kid, but he told me, "Ma, you didn't understand me."
Mm-hmm.
And I had him in the sports and everything, and did all that, but you didn't understand what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
See what you
So,
ask is a big question. It's a huge question. There's so many avenues
Broad. Mm-hmm.
to the question that you ask. Because they're looking at community solutions.
Mm-hmm.
There we have local and we have national, and we
Worldwide.
have international
Yeah.
solutions that can be made if we're really serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's a lot that
I
probably
heard
could
you
be
say
done,
like
but
what the world
yeah.
needs now is love. That's big time, because you're right. So much anger. Everything is prefaced with anger, and that pandemic brought out a lot of that suffering, that inner suffering, because people couldn't really look at themselves. But you make me want to sing. What
Sing.
the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. There's just a little too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. So I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking about thank you for your clap. I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking about how committed we are to love, and who is committed to love. How do we hold each other accountable for being committed to love? Like, are we holding those in power accountable
That's
to love and support? Because we always looking up to the leaders, right? Just like when you're in a classroom, the teachers up here, the students down here. We got that protocol going. Same thing in life. Same thing. We just looking for. I don't.
So
Maybe we the ones we waiting for.
We need
That's
that love.
true. I like that.
We need that love.
Maybe we're the ones we're waiting
But
for.
not that daddy love.
Not that love.
Nah,
Oh,
not
let's
that.
not come down to
Y'all
No.
know, but no, y'all already know what it is, man. I really,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean. I really thank you, ladies. But definitely, that's what I say too. As far as I think the world needs more love. But what I do want to do before we get too far ahead, go to my missing segment. The world needs to help us
Yeah.
find these missing
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Once again, I said that the reason I do this is because life is just taken for granted, and we think that we are just so exceptional, and this can't happen to us, and I look at a lot of these faces of the youth, and I just look at a lot of even of the older people, like no one is exempt from going missing. I think that the black and brown community, we don't get enough of media attention. We don't get enough of the social media attention. We don't get enough of the coverage. It's not talked about enough. I don't see a lot of flyers, within our community. Like back in the day, I always say this, Adam Walsh, shout out to Adam Walsh from America's Most Wanted.
Most Wanted.
I remember he used to always he was like the only one on TV at that particular time doing missing persons segment. Back of the milk cartons, on the back of the bus.
Yeah, what happened to that?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Hollywood took
But
them.
is there a way? I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that sounds like a solution based. Okay, is there something we can do about that? Because I always used to tell
Well-
my daughter, if you see a problem, then you're responsible for it.
Yeah.
See
What
something,
can we
say
do?
something.
Because that's
Yeah.
something that's doable.
That's why I do what I do as far as I just try to
You're doing it.
yeah, speak about it, as much as I can to get the conversation going. It's kind of like when you hear one thing, you're speaking on one thing, you're hearing a conversation, and then you say, you know what, man, when I was at work earlier, I was talking to, and he was saying, and I was saying, and then it goes on, then it goes on, then it goes on. And that's what we have to do about the missing people. Man, you hear about that little girl that's been missing? Man, she's been missing for like 6 months. They still haven't found her. We have to keep on talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and getting more people involved. And to me, it's not a hot of enough topic. You see how hot the Diddy story is?
Yeah.
It should be just like that with these missing girls. It should be just like that with
You're
these
right.
missing boys. It should be just
I,
like
I
that.
hear your fire.
Yeah, as if, because if it's, see, it doesn't hit home until it's you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if I went missing, people that ain't talking about it, they gonna talk about it. Man, that dude, he do a show about the missing people. How can he go missing? But I can.
you
But
know
I'm just
what?
hypothetically
We
speaking.
forget too fast and let it ride.
Yeah.
I can see. I had so many visions in my mind while you were talking. I just saw communities of people out with their little Geiger counters, just looking for this kid. If this child is in your community, why not alert the whole community to go out and start looking for this child? I mean, at least give it at least 3 to 6 months to keep looking, but we don't even look. It
See,
could
we'll
be
get
in our
together.
closest
We'll get together and do
community
everything else.
alliances. It
Yeah.
could be in church.
That's
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It could be in your community center. It could be in your next door neighbor's house. It could be in the basement of
Let
your
it be a
next door
free
neighbor.
cookout or free party. And the whole neighborhood
Everybody
can come
right
and you
there.
ain't gotta pay and everything is, everybody will be there. Let it be somebody, little Pookie get killed. It's memorial use and hundreds of people and that was wrong and he was a good guy. What about the missing little girl like Relisha Rudd that's been missing
Yeah, we
since she
talked
was
about
14?
that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, since she was 8 years old.
Yeah,
And now what? 18.
18.
Keep it up. Keep it
But
up.
that story has so many twists and turns. And it saddens me because I say with all this building and gentrification going on within,
See, we have too many other
the
things to
nation's-
think about.
that's what I'm saying.
it's
But that's
if
how
you
I think, though. I
got a
think
lot
she's
of money,
gonna-
you think
she's
of all
going
the
to turn up.
things.
I'm telling you, she's going to turn up. That body's going to, that little girl is going to turn
But
up.
you know something to think about, and my mind always go back to when I was out there,
I was thinking about that too.
and because of just going and appearing to someone's house and say, "Hey, we looking for XYZ,"
I was wondering who was looking for
because you know what, I was locked up in a home. This
Oh,
man would go
okay.
to work every day and leave me. I couldn't. He can get in, but I could not get out. So we don't know. She could be spending these last 10 years
Right, yes.
locked up. And we heard about that some years ago, where the girl was down in a basement, and
Yeah, we
some
did.
kind of way.
We did, but the thing, I'm calling you Dave. You know you're special.
Stephanie Jean Johnson.
Miss Deb. No. But Debbie, no. I'm just joking. But the thing is, he killed himself. Killed his wife and then killed himself. That, my theory, my opinion, don't quote me on this, but I'm just saying that in those cases, like, what did you do to her? That's my thoughts. Because you didn't do that and just let her free. Give her to
But
someone
what
else.
if it was someone?
Leave her
But
somewhere.
maybe that was it. What if there was someone else? We don't know. What if it was someone else?
Well, a lot of different theories. Did he kill himself? Maybe not. Maybe somebody killed him.
Could
Was
be.
she put into sex trafficking?
Could
It's
be.
just so many.
It's a lot of theories.
It's a lot of- there's so many things.
theories. Yes.
But we're going to
Yeah.
go to our missing people. And I tell people when I do this segment, what I do is we'll see these pictures, we'll see these flyers, we'll give a full name, a full body description of this person that's missing. But one thing, if that is the last recent picture of that particular person, we're looking for something distinctive. Well, she had on all pink shoes, and then that gets the community talking. Yeah, little, Give us one of
Yes.
these names. You know, Lil Latasha. She, when girl, last time I said Memphis, I remember she had them pink phones on. That's how. These are the small conversations within the community when somebody goes missing amongst themselves, but it's not put out there, broadly for the whole community. Like that little Tasha, I've been living around here 10 years. I ain't never seen this little girl. Now she's missing. So we need the community's help. But anyway, let's go to the missing segment.
Wow. Ooh, that just hurt my heart right there. Something said, something
This is
just hit me.
Christian Michael Bryan. He's on my Facebook page.
I seen it.
15 years old, brown eyes, brown hair, 5 feet, 11 inches tall, 165 pounds, missing from Fredericksburg, that's in Virginia, asking for the public's assistance, the police department, in the search of 15-year-old Christian. Last seen wearing black sweatpants, black Crocs. I want to say it says black hoodie also. Christian is known in the Mayfield area. Once again, that's in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is not very far from where we are at all. I think Fredericksburg may be almost an hour away, if that. So Christian Michael Bryan, missing from Fredericksburg, VA, ladies and gentlemen.
I used to teach at Duke Ellington School of Arts.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was like my niche. And you see the gifts of our kids. It's just unbelievable. And most of those kids who were at Duke Ellington came out of Southeast DC. They literally go get them and try to let them be exposed to something different. This is what Debbie was talking about earlier. Her daughter is here, by the way. She just walked in. Come on over. Come on over. I got a nerve to
Yeah.
invite
think
you
we
over instead of the
done.
host
We'll-
inviting you.
We'll let her get her insight. We got.
Oh, come on.
I still have a couple more of our.
Okay.
And then I
Missing
started
person.
as a profession. I'm a professional counselor now, and a singer and all that stuff. But anyway, I see a lot of what you're saying, and I'm not going to talk too much because she just came in. I don't want
Okay.
to
Well,
take
let him
that
get
time.
through his missing person first, and then we'll come back to it.
We have Renaya Brown, 3000 block of Stanton Road, Southeast. That's right off of Suitland Parkway. For those that know or maybe even don't know, Friday, September the 13th, 2024. This year, she was reported missing at 10 p.m. So could have been missing a day or even two before she was reported missing because it says 10 p.m. But she's only 16 years old. So where was she, leading up to that, reporting her missing at 10 p.m. 200 pounds, 5 feet tall, black hair and brown eyes. Once, like I said, clothing description is unknown. And it I don't know. I don't like to bash the families because I don't know all the circumstances behind this. But usually when they say clothing description is unknown, no one knows what she had on, before she was reported missing. But what we do want to do, we do have another actor. I like to say you all because you all are actors, right?
Actress.
I'm sorry, actress. That's right. We have an actress in the building, and
Actress, singer.
she's just joined the club.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let her. Okay, actress, singer, and anything
She's
else on
our
your resume.
executive director.
Yes. That's it. I don't want to do too much.
Do it. It's your moment.
Your cup out the way.
Uh-oh.
Okay, your name.
My name is Rihanna Mixon. This is my mom, my aunt. Not by blood, but I just grew up that
Let's
way.
They don't know me unless they call me Aunt Betty.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know no other name but Aunt Betty. And I am the executive director of They Said I Couldn't Make It. the gospel
Executive
singers.
director.
Yeah, something I never thought I would say, but my mom saw it in me to give me that title, and I don't take it lightly. Yeah, she gets on my nerve.
And
but
she's good at it
it's
too.
I get the goal she's trying to get, which is not just to put her story out there, but to also save souls.
So, how is directing? How
It has its challenges because not only am I directing, but I'm also the main character. So I get to
see from the outside and also the inside of what needs to be done, what things supposed to look like, how a certain expression needs to be presented, and then also being the daughter of the director, it's like I'm wearing multiple different hats. It's exciting though, but I am nervous too. So it's funny because I just never thought I would do something like this.
But I think in your role, you should be you should bring the
Real emotion.
talents out of people.
Yes.
Because you're acting, you're playing your part. So we're in this scene, and you're directing that person.
Yes.
I'm going to do this, and this is how you respond.
Yes.
And then they may respond in a good way or a way where you may say, nah, you need to come in that room and you need to do it like this.
Yeah.
And come and respond like that. So that's great. You have a lot of Denzel is actually good at that. Tyler Perry is actually good at that. Martin and
those
Eddie,
things.
now you are actually good at that. So
Speak over that.
yeah, definitely. If you're able to act and definitely show someone,
Yes.
and because I still think everything is within a person. It's just like a barber. It's just like a beautician. You can go to school, you can be taught, but you gotta have them golden hands.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta have it in you. Like, I think I'm a good actor. I'm like
Oh, we
Denzel.
see-
You know what I mean?
You got a
I'm
good
telling
character.
you, I can turn it on and off. I'm telling you. I give it to you. So, great. What else? Do you have any other things? I always want to ask people like their dreams. I'm a planner, but I'm not. I like challenges. I don't like to run from it. I'm like, all right, okay, I'll go ahead and deal with it. And then sometimes I like to plan, like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna write it down. But then sometimes things may happen. You forget about the plan, but you gotta keep it moving. So with you, what are your plans? Like, because most people say, you know what, I'm gonna direct my own stage play, I'm gonna write my own. You may be doing that, I don't know.
Well, I am music by nature, like
Oh,
you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's your first
So,
passion?
Yeah, my very
Got
first
you, okay.
passion. So that is my true heart. I also do hair as well. But yeah, anything like media wise, I could see myself doing now because my mother has opened my eyes to that. Like I said, I never thought I would be directing anything besides my kids. So it's good. So music, I like to write poetry. I do a little singing, whatever I feel. Whether it's gospel, R&B, whatever I feel.
I love to be around people who likes to just take you and build you up, make you. They see something in you, and they like to build that up. I've been around people like that all my life, I think, and I kind of cling to them. This one right here, my mother, Debbie. I just thought about something. You always hiring me. Because Debbie, you was a director of a group home.
Yes,
And
that's
she hired
right.
me.
That's
When
right.
after I got my degree in counseling, she hired me.
I sure did.
and I'm
I
going to tell this
forgot
story.
about
You may
that.
not want me to tell it.
Go ahead and tell it.
But she was responsible for bringing me my check one day. And she didn't have the credentials that I had.
At the time.
At the time. That part. But she brought me my check, and she was trying to figure out which one was mine and which one was hers. She opened it up. We were in choir rehearsal. And she was directing. Then she said, oh, let me get your check. Went over, got the envelope. She says, oh, yeah, which one is hers? She opened mine up by mistake, and she said, oh, hi, y'all, to the nose.
But you have put that work in.
Oh, my goodness.
But
But
that was,
listen to
you know,
You should have saw. I promise you. After that day, Debbie was. I said, "What's the word for it? Moved or motivated or what?
Motivated.
Deeply inspired.
Mhm.
Deeply." She went and got her master's degree. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So. Any way you can encourage, you never know when you're encouraging somebody.
That's
but
right.
when she
Absolutely.
saw my paycheck against her paycheck, she was like, I worked too hard for this.
Yes.
I'm the director. I have the title, but I don't have the credentials. And so I got to do something about this. I don't know how many years it took, but she went and got her bachelor's
I got my
and her master's after she opened that envelope. So now here she is again, hiring me to be in her play. And she said, can you come and do my play for me? just in the parking lot. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Just like that.
Good
And I
stuff.
said, you don't have to pay me because this is love.
Mhm.
It's out of love. She was like, really? Yep.
Yeah, I ain't heard that.
But see, this is what we need. These are the interviews that need to be watched
Yeah.
right here on Focus Radio. That the ladies, young ladies, need to watch because some of them just don't know how beautiful this world is, how beautiful some people are because they had these gods up. They've been through so much. They're holding, so much in. So this is the purpose of this interview. They said I wouldn't make it, and there's so many things that people go through that we don't even know. School time is back in, and like I said, I just pray and hope that we have less stories of senseless violence while these kids are going to school. But I just read a story, Akakeek, somebody pulled up to the bus stop, trying to rob a kid.
Oh, my God.
Shots
that
were
was awful.
fired. I mean, it's just
At their school bus.
at the school bus stop.
Yeah, school bus stop.
So I said it week before school start. I was here. I just hope that our kids can go to school in peace this school year. So we got to just keep on doing what we are doing. One more time, you tell my audience with a stage play, then they buy tickets beforehand or they can get them there. How does that work?
Well, you can buy tickets in advance. I have tickets with me tonight.
Good, because I have somebody who wants 3 tickets.
Okay, awesome. The tickets are $40 in advance. They're $45 at the door. And again, we'll be at 9106 East Hampton Drive in Capitol Heights, Maryland. The doors open at 4. Show starts at 4:30. And something I wanted to say also, years ago, Betty gonna say she don't remember. We also did the play at Kimmel Middle School. And that was those kids loved that play so much. You were there.
Oh, Lord.
And that's another thing that I would love to do is to get the play into some of these schools so people can
Nice.
see, that there is still hope. Some
Nice,
young people
Debbie.
are really losing hope.
Very
They're
nice.
really losing hope. But if they can look at me and see what I was literally a crackhead. I smoke crack every day.
I don't believe that.
Every day.
I don't believe that.
Every
saw it.
day.
I saw it. I'm a witness.
She's a witness. Every day I smoked crack until I had an overdose. And that's what got me back to say, you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it
And
anymore.
heaven need witnesses. We do too.
Yeah.
I saw her raise this one and her other children. This woman, all the things she just said she did, she's also a mother, an amazing mother. And even to me, she's just so sweet to me. I mean, off script, just as a general person. She's the characters behind the character behind the characters in this play is a blessing. Thank you. Yeah,
That's
she's
awesome.
good people. Good papes.
Yeah, I definitely respect the honesty. Like when I hear people's stories, and it's nothing behind it. I just want somebody to hear my story, so
That's
you don't have to even go through this.
it. That's right.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know,
I done took and told
such a
you.
great thing. I commend you. Definitely,
Thank
just
you.
for telling your story. And I just respect those more that just keep it real. And I hear stories and they're telling me, and I'm like, nah, they ain't. Nah. So that's why I say you have to be a believer. Because it's not you that's changing yourself.
That's right.
It's God. You know, He's moving you. That Creator is moving you.
Past believe. I know.
You know, okay.
It's
Way
a fact.
past believe.
It's an
Should I
absolute
tell
fact.
my thing?
Tell it.
They gave me 6 months to live.
Come on here.
Pancreatic cancer. That was 12 years
Wow.
They said she wouldn't make
They
it.
said I wouldn't make it. I'm here to took and told you.
I took and told you.
That they said I wouldn't make it. I
Yeah.
said I wouldn't make
See?
it. But then I said, Lord, this is your body. This is not mine. Do with me what you will. And I just trust him.
And see, this is what make the play so powerful. Because, and I tell them all the time, it's not just about my life story, but every character, and we have over 17 characters, everybody has a they said I wouldn't make it story. So when they're out there, and it's not so much a performance, it's ministry.
It's
It's
real.
It's real. It's absolutely real. I have them. I have Joyce on the line. I have Prophet Rodney on the line. Deacon David on the line. Mother Ridgie, Marquita. Most of the characters, Danita. A lot of them are on here, and they support because they believe it, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those. The Bible says, write the vision
Make it plain.
and make it plain. I wrote the vision, and those that are with me now, they believe because they believe in me, but I believe in God. You know, only God can do something like this. And the more and more I put this play on, God is really molding those that he know will keep running with me.
He will do. I think he will do what he said he would do. And
That's
he
right.
will.
Yes. Oh, my administrator said your book. I also I'm also an author of the book. They said I wouldn't make it. So those will be on display at the play on Saturday. So after I did the stage play, I wrote the stage play. I also wrote the book. They said I wouldn't make it. And then I have book 2 coming, and that title is Where Do We Go From Here? So, yeah.
Put in some work.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They said I wouldn't make it.
That's
Before
what
we
they
go,
said.
what would what would you want the audience? I want to ask you to take away from this stage play. What do you want? What do you want them to say when they leave? Now you leave a movie, you're like, damn, that was a good one, man.
What I want them to say is, how can we get the play to our location?
Okay.
I want to see this again.
Okay.
I want them to also see themselves, see their struggle, see even their success in this play, because you are going to go through a roller coaster of emotions. You're going to cry, you're going to laugh. You might even get mad.
You might get saved.
You might get saved. But at the end of the day, your mindset will be different. Just based off, it's a true story. It's a true story. Even myself as a character, I had my own drug of choice, my addiction, and the fact that I'm literally imitating my mother, I can still put myself in those shoes when I was lost into the world.
Wow.
So it's a must watch. It's a must watch.
Okay.
We can go to movie theaters and spend $30 on people that we never know. We're right here local in your city and can come to you. And we don't want much. We just want to know you afterwards.
That's it.
Great. Definitely want to thank you, ladies, for gracing the stage of Phocuz Radio. And definitely throughout this journey, when book 2 comes out and the other stage play comes out, then the movie comes out, and I just want to be a part of that, as far as from the beginning. And what I always say is my guests always leave here and do something else, and then do something else. So it's like, do something better than this, then better. That's the purpose of this. But that's my whole thing as far as bringing people in that don't get the exposure, that are in the trenches and working hard, and people know, but they don't know. So I want to bring them here to Phocuz Radio, so everybody, can know. So thank you all. You said Saturday. This Saturday?
This Saturday.
Starts at
The doors open at 4. It starts at 4:30. We have vendors.
4,
we
okay.
have food. We have it all. Just come. Bring your appetites. Bring your hearts. Bring your mind. Keep an open mind. Like Rihanna said, it's a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna cry. It's gonna be a lot.
Can you bring family? Family.
Yeah, and the tickets for children, I want to say under 12, Gina, are $5 or $10. So $10, yeah.
Want to say, but some of the other people are going to be on it?
Yeah, we have my apostle. He's going to be on the play. Apostle Thomas Ridgely. He's playing the character of Mr. Jimmy. Minister Danita Price. She's playing Sister Hazel. She's one of the little church ladies that nobody want to be bothered with. We have who else? We have
Courtney.
Melissa. We have
Ladisha.
Courtney. Yes, Courtney Thorpe. She's a well-known gospel singer. She's going to be in Courtney Thorpe. And our overseer may not be able to make it, but we're praying that he get things together. He actually plays the part of the father. Who else? LaDacia. Nikki Clark. Nikki sings with, what's her band? It's a band out, Band 5 something. She's out in Waldorf. Nikki Clark.
Top 5. Top 5?
No, Nikki, where are you? What's the name of Nikki band, y'all? What's the name of Nikki band? I know somebody know it real quick. Nikki Rodney, Prophet Rodney Rondell. Now I'm telling y'all, if y'all want to laugh, if you've ever been sad this week and you want to laugh, please come, if only just to see Rodney Rondell. He's our prophet. And when I tell you the funniest, he is so funny. And actually Terrell is on here. They're having a play coming up sometime in November. So but yeah, you guys come out Saturday. You coming? Are you coming?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna come.
You're gonna be there.
I'm gonna come.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
You coming?
Okay, her band is called Urban District Sound, and that's Nikki Clark. Awesome singer,
Yes.
awesome actor. She's going to be singing in the play as well. You was touching.
Y'all heard it first, man, right here on Focus Radio. They say,
They said I wouldn't make it. They said I
Why did you
wouldn't
start
make
this
it.
radio station?
when did I start?
Why did you start it?
Well, actually, I used to do music. That's my first passion also. And I've always been a speaker, always been a host, always liked to research, always liked to read and write. And I didn't stop doing music, but just started, wanted to do something different, a different lane, you know, as far as reaching out to people. And then it was just a regular radio show at first. But when I really did my research on the story of Relisha Rudd, that's when my platform became based around the murdered and missing. Because it was like her story was
I
so,
knew there was something there.
yeah. So, it's Focus.
Are you from DC or
Yes,
Maryland?
DC.
Where?
I'm from Southwest DC.
Yes, the original part of DC.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, yes.
All right.
My-
All right, bye, y'all.
Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what
It's
I've
like
been through.
this. It's like that.